Well, good morning and good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the Things of the Spirit, where we share the things of the Spirit that affect us, whether negatively or positively. However, looking back, I actually realized that we have been sharing uh, things that affect us negatively, which is a good start for us before we could go to the solution of our problems. Today, I am going to share with you a very beautiful topic we are going to share. There's a very beautiful topic. And what I have come to realize, it's a common thing among us, and 99.9 African people across the region are holding it tight with the pride. Actually, they embrace this with the pride. So, we are going to share more about our identity. I checked the previous video where I realized many people were saying, this life is not mine. The life I'm living, I feel that no, it's not mine. Look, we are going to share. This is a very interesting topic that I want us to share. How your surname, your name, your clan is having a spiritual shadow effect in your life. Like, many people. I'm going to make a very practical example. Looking at the historical landscape of the Basotho, when you say to Modaung, let's say it's a couple and then they're fighting, and then Omusadi realizes, or no, my partner is here, and the woman says, please, the fact that she said Mudau, or you will see this man will be like, what do you think, or what makes that particular person, that partner, behave like that? Feel like you just brushed my ego in a good way. Lalela, today I want to show you how our identity spiritually has transferred from generation to generation, the spiritual battles in our lives. Looking back at a historical background, the historical landscape, where we coming from, you realize that the totems, the clans, the shared names with a certain relative, they gave you a name, or they name you after a relative that passed on, was being embraced in our culture. So let me tell you something. Your clan, your totem, your surname, your forefathers have made certain sacrifices, rituals with a certain spirits for territorial reasons. And today, those spirits are claiming territorial continuation because they believe that you have been dedicated, because you carry the same name that was dedicated to ancient spirits, the gods of the dark world. Listen, our forefathers would usually believe a certain group of people belong to this particular man, certain village, township, or so, whichever way. And then they would want to protect this people, this group of people. They would want to protect their surname. They would want to protect the clan. And they would invoke certain spirits over this group of people for protection, for power, against other group of people. And you think that thing was just enough at that time? It is a continuation contract. It was a covenant that was made with a certain spirit. And remember, Some of this, to show you this is a living thing. My totem, my clan. Now, when you call me back in the days, because I struggled for long with the spiritual battles. And when back in the days you call me Mudaung, I would feel somehow how, they know themselves. But there are certain personality traits that or behavior that you will see in most people who are called Bagwena or Badawu. You will identify this one, this one, and in most cases, people such as Badawu, you know that they seem to be bold people, aggressive. They also have this tendency, they have inherited the territorial tendency. So do you think it's just coincidence that you met someone whom happened to embrace these totems, these clans, and they have similar personality or behavior of that animal? It's not a coincidence. They have inherited those personalities. And do you think they can only inherit the behavior, the personality only? No. These things have negative impacts in our lives. Why? Because now today, in our days, we choose what we want, how we want to live. We no longer want to associate ourselves with these spirits, with ways of our forefathers, how they lived. Let me tell you, these spirits, they don't just go. By mere casting them out. We have churches that we have run to, most of us, looking for solution. And you'd think it's just a demon. It's not just a demon. It's a certain territorial spirits that claimed that they have power on you. And most of them, they're saying, you cannot rise without me. If you want to rise, you must follow my rule. Let me show you the other practical example. When you get married and you want to exchange or change your surname, they do a certain ritual or ceremony. That is an acceptance into that family, that you're taking their surname. So you are inheriting their spirits, the gods of that family, and you must. Hence, I always say, you cannot do this, our traditional ways when it comes to amalobola, everything about it, and you do it half. You must do it fully or you don't do it at all. So, you inherit the surname, you must also inherit their ways of worship, their ways of living. And then you have the name that they gave to you. You might find you share this name with one of your uncle who passed on, one of your aunt, your grandmother, your grandfather. And you usually portray their personalities. You can't portray their personalities and you don't inherit their troubles. It's a continuation lineage. You continue with the lineage. You have inherited them. So the life you are living, the reason why you feel like this life is not mine, simply because you have inherited certain territorial spirits. And I want to make an example. The royal blood, their spirits are very stubborn. Their territorial spirits are very stubborn. You're dealing with ancient gods, the gods of the dark world. You need the spirit of truth. You don't just need a mere out by casual churches, commands, who carry the same traits just for spiritual performance entertainment. Next time, I will unpack these things. You'll know more. Sometimes you even ask yourself, but Kanet, I went to school, I have my degree, I have my PhD, I have this, I have that, but I seem to be struggling. There is so much of force of resistance because you want to succeed without them. You want to succeed or get to a certain level in life without their ways. And they demand you to do it their own way. But that's not the ultimate answer, or that's not the ultimate solution. You need the Spirit of truth. Stay tuned for more on the things of the Spirit.